Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's now 3 p.m. on Wednesday, December 21st, 2016. My name is Brett Love, and I'm Chair of the Western North Carolina Regional Air Quality Agency Board. I've been appointed to be the hearing officer for this public hearing by the Air Quality Board. My role as hearing officer is to listen to all relevant comments on this hearing and report to the board. Sitting with me is David Brigman, Agency Director, and Ashley Featherstone, Permitting Program Manager. There are also other members of the Western North Carolina Regional Air Quality Agency that are present today. I'd like to introduce James Rayford, Senior Air Quality Analyst, and Mike Matthews, Senior Air Quality Specialist. With us today also we have board members Joel Starr. This afternoon we're conducting a hearing on the Western North Carolina Regional Air Quality Agency submittal of the proposed request for delegation of authority to implement and enforce the Clean Air Section 111D 129 Federal Plan under 40 Code of Federal Regulations 62, Subpart LLL, Federal Plan requirements for sewage, sludge incineration units constructed on or before October 14, 2010. On April 29, 2016, the Environmental Protection Agency published in the Federal Register its final federal plan requirements for certain sewage, sludge incineration units that commenced construction on or before October 14, 2010, with an effective date of May 31st, 2016. 81 Federal Regulation 26040-26088. Consistent with 40 CFR 62.15865 Alpha 3, certification that the hearing on this local delegation request was held will be provided as part of the final submittal following this hearing and conclusion of the comment period. For the requirements of 40 CFR 62.15865 A4, the Western North Carolina Regional Air Quality Agency is committed to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the regional administrator that sets forth the terms, conditions, and effective date of the delegation, and that serves as a mechanism for the transfer of authority. The public notice for this hearing and pre-hearing request for delegation of Federal Plan 40 CFR 62 Subpart LLL Federal Plan requirements for sewage sludge incineration units constructed on or before October 14, 2010 were both posted on the agency's website, distributed to the agency's mailing list, and published in the November 17, 2016 edition of the Asheville and Weaverville Tribune. I'll read the public notice in this and the pre-hearing request for delegation to the hearing record without reading them at this time. If we help any person desiring to comment also submits a written statement for inclusion into the record. Once called to speak, please come to the podium and state your name clearly and whom you represent. I'll now open the hearing and take relevant comments on the Western North Carolina Regional Air Quality Agency submittal to the proposed request for the delegation of authority to implement and enforce the Clean Air Act, CAA, Section 111D 129 Federal Plan under 40 CFR 62 Subpart LLL, Federal Plan requirements for sewage sludge incineration units constructed on or before October 14, 2010. This afternoon, both oral and written comments may be presented. Following receipt and review of all relevant comments, a final recommendation will be made to the Air Quality Board. So that everyone understands the proceedings, the order of events, this hearing will be as follows. Ashley Featherstone will discuss the delegation request. This will then be followed by a public comment period. We will receive comments from those persons who registered in the sign-up period indicating their desire to present oral comments. For those who have entered without registering who would like for their attendance to be noted in the record, in the hearing record, please register before you leave this evening. Also, you cannot be acknowledged to present comments without being registered. Are there any questions regarding the order of events or conduct of this meeting? If there are no further questions, I will now call on Ashley Featherstone for the Western North Carolina Regional Air Quality Agency to make some brief remarks regarding the delegation request.
On April 29, 2016, the EPA published in the Federal Register the final federal plan requirements for certain sewage sludge incineration units that commenced construction on or before October 14, 2010. The effective date is May 31st, 2016. This rule sets limits for 9 pollutants under Section 129 of the Clean Air Act: cadmium, carbon monoxide, hydrogen chloride, lead, mercury, nitrogen oxides, particulate matter, PCBs, dioxins, and furans, and sulfur dioxide. Section 101A3 of the Clean Air Act places the primary responsibility for air pollution prevention and control with state and local agencies. In order to fulfill its obligation to serve as the primary implementer, the Western North Carolina Regional Air Quality Agency is hereby requesting delegation of authority to implement and enforce Clean Air Act 111D 129 Federal Plan 40 CFR Part 62 LLL requirements for sewage sludge incineration units constructed on or before October 14, 2010. Buncombe County has one effective facility that is subject to the federal plan that is under the jurisdiction of our local program. Based on the language of the federal plan and 40 CFR 62.15865, a state or local program may meet its Clean Air Act Section 111D 129 obligations by submitting an acceptable written request for delegation that meets the requirements in 40 CFR 62.15865. Therefore, the WNC Regional Air Quality Agency is hereby submitting, as required by this section, the following information: documentation to demonstrate adequate resources and legal authority to enforce and administer the federal plan, an inventory of the affected sewage sludge incineration units, inventory of the emissions from the affected unit, and provision for local progress reports to EPA. Once finalized, the request will be submitted to the EPA to transfer authority for implementation of the federal plan to the agency until such time as an updated state plan reflecting the Subpart 3L requirements is submitted to and approved by EPA.
Okay, this concludes the presentation. Due to time constraints, speaker's presentation is limited to 3 minutes. It would be helpful if the speakers would also submit a written statement by the close date of the comment period for the inclusion of the hearing record. I will now take any comments you have. Is there anyone that would like to comment? If there are no comments, then this hearing is closed. The hearing record will be closed. This hearing is closed. The hearing record will be closed on December 23rd, 2000.